What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMGWTF LOLFTWBRB, and welcome to Suprocker Saturday. If you are unfamiliar with what Suprocker Saturday is, well, it is, one of the days of the week that I choose to play really any game that I want, such as the I have hiccups. Sorry again. Such as the ongoing series we've been doing for quite a long time now, the arcade playthroughs of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Last time we played as She-Hulk and completed a Marvel character, and this time we'll be playing as a Capcom character, and I have chosen an all-ninja team. As you see, I've selected Strider Hiryu, and now I have just chosen Iron Fist, and to end this team off, we'll be playing as Chun-Li. And because I'm a wrestling fan, and I don't know, just for I guess shits and giggles, I decided to make this team Hulk Hogan, as they're all wearing the red and yellow that you see Hulk Hogan wear quite a lot. Either way, though, an ongoing thing I like to do in these arcade playthroughs is give you information on the characters that give you information on the character, not characters, that I actually defeat Galactus with, and this time around it is Strider Hiryu. So why don't we give you some information here on Strider. Strider Hiryu is a fictional character jointly owned by Capcom and Moto Kikaku. I don't know if I pronounced that right, just saying. Although primarily known as a game character, Hiryu debuted in 1988 as a protagonist of a manga Strider Hiryu published exclusively in Japan by Kadokawa Shoten. Again, don't know if I pronounced that name right. Hiryu made his first video game appearance in the arcade game Strider in 1989. Since his debut, he has appeared in various video games produced by Capcom, notably in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Several publications and polls have regarded him as one of the most popular Capcom characters, one of the top ninja characters in video games, or even one of the best heroes in all of gaming. The manga Strider Hiryu by Tatsumi Wada, and Tetsu Shiba, again, don't know if I pronounced those names right, was serialized in the monthly magazine Comic Comptique. I don't know if I pronounced that right either. I don't pronounce a lot of words right, as you'll find out. From May to October 1988, spanning 6 issues. During this time, there were already 2 Strider games in development. A single volume collection was later published on November 10, 1989. A short prequel story titled Strider Hiryu Gaiden. Where was I? Oh, Strider Hiryu Gaiden was published following the completion of the main series and is not included in the collection edition. The manga is set in the year 2048 and centers around Hiryu, a young super A-grade Strider who retired early during his career after he was forced to kill his elder sister, Maria, a Strider who went insane, as shown in the prequel story. The main series begins with Hiryu living peacefully in Mongolia when his former superior, Vice Director Matik, forces him out of retirement in order to kill his best friend Kane, who has been captured by hostiles in the Kazuka SSR, and has become a liability to the rest of the Striders. With the help of Strider Shinya, Hiryu manages to rescue and extract Kane, but he attacks them after regaining consciousness. Hiryu manages to subdue Kane, but not before Shinya is mortally wounded and dies. Hiryu uncovers a small device implanted under Kane's neck and learns that he has been the subject of mind control weapon codenamed Zane, and that Hiryu's sister Maria was under the influence of Zane when she went rogue. After Kane regains his scent and free will, he decides to make amends for Shinya's death by teaming up with Hiryu and stop the Zane project from reaching its completion. The two learn that an organization known simply as the Enterprise is behind the Zane project, and that Matik himself was cooperating with the Enterprise leader, Fascis Clay. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing these names right, so I just want you to know that, nerds and geeks. With the help of Kane, Strider Chief Karamoto, and a group of other Striders, Hiryu manages to thwart Matik and Clay and destroy the main Zane terminal. 2 video game versions of Striders were produced following the publication of the manga. The NES, I don't know why I keep saying S, the NES version of Strider, released a few months after the arcade version, adapts the storyline of the Strider Hiryu manga, although a few changes were made to the presentation of the plot. However, the Strider coin-operated game follows a complete different storyline, sharing only a few common elements such as Hiryu himself and uses of Kazuka SSR as the game's initial setting. In this game, Hiryu is hired by a rebel organization to assassinate the Grandmaster, an alien dictator who has gained control of the world's military. Real quick, I would like to apologize if you heard my washing machine buzz. My apologies, Nerds and Geeks. Hiryu's mission takes him not only to Kazuka, but also to Siberia and the Amazon, as well as the Grandmaster's flying battleship Balrog. Eventually, Hiryu travels to the Grandmaster's lair, the third moon station, for a final battle against him. Hiryu also stars in a second arcade game titled Strider 2, released in 1999, almost 10 years after the first game. In it, the Grandmaster has returned to life and has reconquered the Earth, and so Hiryu must once again fight against the Grandmaster and his minions, as well as Hein, a former Strider and Hiryu's rival. An earlier uncanonical Strider sequel has been released by British game publisher US Gold years prior to Capcom's version of Strider 2, titled Strider 2 in Europe and Journey from Darkness, Strider Returns in North America. The game was released for various European home computers in 1990 and remade for Sega consoles in 1992. In Strider 2, however, the main character while implied to be the same Strider from the original game, is addressed as Hinjo in the instruction manual for the Sega Genesis version. In this game, Strider must save a young woman, the leader of planet Magneta, whose name is Lexia according to the console version, from a terrorist group led by Grandmaster himself in the console versions, who originally did not appear in the game's computer versions. Hiryu would also appear in the cancelled remake/reboot game for the Strider series that was in development circa 2009 by Grin. A new Strider game is in development by Double Helix, was announced by Capcom on July 2013 to be released on the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Microsoft Windows in early 2014. Hiryu is also a playable character in a tactical role-playing game Namco Cross Tekken, and not Namco Cross Tekken, excuse me, I was thinking Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Namco Cross Capcom in 2005, and in the crossover fighting games Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes in 1998, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes in 2000, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in 2011, where he is one of many characters representing the Capcom universe. His ending in the first Marvel vs. Capcom game is an homage to the ending to the original Strider. In addition, Hiryu has made multiple cameo appearances in other Capcom games, including in the Game Boy version of Hentenna no Daiboken. Again, not sure if I pronounced that right. In the arcade quiz game Capcom World 2, in Street Fighter Alpha 2, he's a spectator in Ken's home stage, and in Mega Man Legends, and in various trading cards in SNK's Card Fighter series co-produced with Capcom. An action figure of him was released by Toy Biz in 1999, and a garage kit was manufactured by Chemical Reaction in 2008. Strider Hiryu has received positive reception both from critics and general public. In 2008, Game Daily ranked him as the 4th top Capcom character of all time, stating he has become an extremely popular character in Capcom's arsenal. That same year, IGN's Travis Falls called him one of Capcom's best loved character, commenting that there's no denying the iconic appeal, but for all of his flashy moves and fashion sense. Capcom has never really known what to do with him. Strider Hiryu is one of the 64 characters chosen for the GameSpot's 2009 poll of all-time greatest game hero. In 2012, Games Radar ranked this somewhat of an enduring classic as the 59th most memorable, influential, and badass protagonist in games, commenting that his sheer level of badass cool have seen him endure long past his cliche sell-by date, making him now an archetype rather than a stereotype. I don't know if I pronounced that archetype or something, whatever. According to Complex, Strider Hiryu and Ryu Hayabusa of Ninja Gaiden series were the two ninjas most synonymous with both NES era and enduring all the way to the current generations of consoles. Real quick before I go on, if any of you are a fan of Death Battle, which if you're not, I don't know why, they actually just released their Death Battle between Strider Hiryu and Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I suggest you go check it out on screwattack.com. Fantastic battle, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Either way, let's continue on with the information. In 2010, Game Informer chose Strider Hiryu as one of the 20 Capcom characters they would like to see in a rumored crossover fighting game, Namco vs. Capcom. His Namco side equivalent being Taki from the Soul series. In 2012, Complex included Capcom vs. Sega as a 6th fighting game crossover they would like to see the most, imagining Strider Hiryu clashing with Sega's classic ninja, Joe Mashia, don't know if I pronounced that right, of the Shinobi series. Strider Hiryu has been featured in several lists of top 10 video game ninja characters. As such, he was ranked as the 7th top ninja in games by OneUp.com in 2004. Even as he loses a few points for not even trying to be stealthy, and placed 4th on the similar list by Screw Attack in 2009. Complex also ranks Strider Hiryu as the 3rd most acrobatic character in video games in 2011, as well as the #1 swiftiest ninja in games in 2012, additionally calling him pretty much the perfect ninja. Cheat Code Central also ranked him as 9th on their list of top swordsmen in gaming. Next up, I will be going over the humans, I really just called them humans. I'll be going over the people who have done the voices for Strider Hiryu in video games. So when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Clash of Superheroes in 1998, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes in 2000, and in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Yuji Ueda is the voice for Strider Hiryu, of course. In Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he's only the Japanese voice actor for Strider Hiryu, but the English voice actor for Strider Hiryu in this game is TJ Storm. So yeah, there you go. That's the only characters I can find that, only people I can find that have done his voice. I guess he's never really had another voice actor. So next up, we'll be going over his character interactions in this game. So first off, we're going to go over his pre-fight dialogues and intro. So when he starts off a battle against Taskmaster or Senko, he says, "Prepare yourself to meet Cypher's Edge." When he starts off with Crimson Viper, he says, "Something I don't like about you." And against Ghost Rider, he says, "I am the hunter, you are the prey." He only has one call name for one specific character, and that is Phoenix Wright. When he calls out Phoenix Wright to replace them in battle, he says Mr. Wright. Any other characters, such as his 2 partners in this one, Chun-Li and Iron Fist, he would just say Chun-Li or Iron Fist. When he, next up we're going to go over his victory pose quotes, I should say. So when he defeats either Taskmaster or Senko, he says, "Your weapons are too good for the likes of you." When he defeats Crimson Viper, he says, "Run crying back to your masters." When he defeats Ghost Rider, he says, "Don't worry, I'll punish the guilty." His after-match win quotes: when he defeats Taskmaster, he says, "You have many skills, but not the discipline nor the focus to be a Strider." When he defeats Crimson Viper, "You must learn to have technology serve you and not rely on it." Ghost Rider: "Whatever enemies you have, I will slay. You do not belong outside Hell's gates." When he defeats Ryu, "Never have I faced a warrior with such a single-minded purpose. Your technique is almost flawless." Frank West, he says, "You are too accustomed to watching others fight. You are in no condition to battle." And Super Scroll, he says, "Your kind has caused trouble for Earth before. I will not let it happen again." Next up, we're going to be going over his assist quotes. So when he calls for a person to come out and assist him, he says, "Go." And when he is finished assisting somebody, he says, "Farewell." By the way, I get my ass handed to me in this battle, as you see. Watch me fuck shit up as Chun-Li real quick. Ready? Look at this. Ready? Boom, 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 boom. Out of town, Ryu. And now we're just gonna wait for Phoenix. I just want to say, I mean, this may not be, considered pro by many people, but I thought it was pro for me because I'm not that good at this game, and I just did that just for cool. And I try to land this on Firebrand, and yeah, it doesn't work too well. And you'll see what happens. Firebrand's just good. He lands like one good combo on me, and I'm screwed. Anyway, when Strider Hiryu is defeated, he usually just screams, as we heard him say before. And if he loses by time over, which we'll never see because I don't include time in here, he says, "Seriously?" Next up, we're going to go over when he replaces a fallen ally. So when there's only one ally remaining, let's say Chun-Li goes down for the count, but he still has Iron Fist on his team, he'll say, "I'll finish this." But if both Chun-Li and Iron Fist go down, he says, "Time for your last rites" to his enemies. And in his taunt, he says, he has 2 taunts, and one he says, "A second, no, third-rate fighter." and his other taunt is that all? And that is all, Strider Hero. That is all actually the information I have on Strider, so I guess now I will go over my personal opinion on Strider Hero as a video game character and a game character all alone, and his appearance, or my opinion of him being in this game. So let me go over my personal thoughts on Strider as a character alone. I love the Strider Hero character. I'm not a big ninja person. I never really have been. But Strider Hero has always just been one of those guys who's just like, he's so cool. I mean, I remember in the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3, not original Marvel vs. Capcom 3, excuse me, the original Marvel vs. Capcom game, I had him and Gambit as a team, and I don't know if any of you know who Maximilian is. He's a huge YouTuber. He has the biggest fighting game channel. Whenever I see him use Gambit and Strider Hero, it always makes me kind of giggle because that was my team in the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Along with it also being my team kind of in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where I had Gambit, Strider, and I used Hayoto. Anyway, though, I love Strider Hero. I've never actually played a Strider game, and I regret that, but I do want to play a Strider game, and with technology nowadays, it's almost impossible not to play one. I mean, you have so many ways of trying to play it. But I love Strider Hero. I think he looked completely badass. He acts badass. He's just an awesome character. And I'm glad he found his way back to relevancy, because honestly, you know what, the fans of Strider Hero, you know, the people who voted on that poll to get Strider in this game, because I believe that's how he was gotten to this game. But you guys showed your support for Strider, and you're the one who brought him back in relevancy. Now that we have that new game that I will be getting, and I can't wait for it. It looks amazing. But now that we have that new game coming out, and I'm glad to see Strider coming back to, you know, coming back to this day and age, because as I read earlier, Capcom really has no idea what they have in Strider Hero, and I'm glad that they're finally acknowledging something here. But my opinion on Strider in this game, I'm 100% for it. I have gone on to... Again, I apologize if you can hear my mom shouting in the background. My apologies. If not, well, you're fine. Anyway, though, as I was saying, I've gone on to say to many of my friends, and I believe I've actually said it many times in this series. Again, apologize if you hear my mom, but I've said it many times in this series that I believe every character from the original Marvel vs. Capcom 1 should be in this game. I really apologize if you hear her shouting in the background. She's yelling at our dog. I guess he went to the bathroom probably. Either way, though, I believe every character from Marvel vs. Capcom 1 should have been in this game, and I'm upset that characters like Mega Man, like Gambit, Venom, Zangief, all of them weren't in this game, because all of them were in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and just kind of like Super Smash Bros. Does with their game, how everyone from the original Smash Bros. Has been in every single Smash Bros. Game to this date. I just feel like that should have been how it was done, but unfortunately it wasn't. But I'm glad Strider did make his way into the game, because I truly believe that this game alone, plus the fact that you fans have showed the support that you have with the character of Strider Hero, is the sole reason why Capcom is finally giving him the recognition he deserves and allowing him to have his own video game now, and bringing him back to the year 2013. I almost said 2012, but we're not in that year no more. And I'm actually surprised, as well as I do with this team, honestly. I don't know. I honestly never thought I was good with Chun-Li, and I really still don't think I'm good with Chun-Li. I spam her kicks a lot, and I get lucky, in my opinion. But I feel like I did really well, so yeah. Either way, though, now we're taking on Galactus, and this fight can be hard, I guess, if you don't pay attention, but really, it shouldn't give you any problems. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I went with a Hulk Hogan theme. I don't know why I did. I was looking through Strider's costumes, and I saw the red and yellow one, and it just reminded me of Hulk Hogan. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a straight up Hulk Hogan team. And I originally was gonna make Ryu on this team instead of Chun-Li, but since I've already done a Ryu and an Akuma arcade playthrough, I figured Chun being the only one, and I wanted to make sure I got a Capcom character in. So, just in case Strider was the fall, I could win as Chun, or same thing with Chun. If Chun was the fall, I can always win as Strider. And right here, Chun falls because Galactus just would not stop. Look at it, he's gonna try it again. Who we got him? And right to his giant jaw. We are here for the X-Men. I advise you to stand down or be cut down. That is this Lady Deathstrike, by the way. You will cause no injury here today. If you do not turn back now, you will not leave here alive. You are mistaken if you think one paltry ninja will stop the Reavers. A Strider never enters a battle unprepared. Legion! There's not a word. Sorry. I know you fight without honor, Claw Witch. Know that we will show you no mercy. Couldn't have said it better myself. So Strider's ending shows him teaming up with the X-Men to take down Lady Deathstrike and her Reavers. It's a little interesting one. I kind of like it. You know, Wolverine and him should have an interaction considering Wolverine's past with ninjas. But it was an interesting one. Like I said, not a bad one. They needed to find some sort of ending with him. And I do like the fact that Lady Deathstrike was shown off a little bit. But that is the ending here for this week's arcade playthrough. I do hope you have enjoyed the playthrough as Strider Hiryu. And as always, if you would like to suggest another character, feel free to leave a comment below. Next week we'll be doing a Marvel character, so if you please leave a Marvel character. If you would leave a Capcom character, they won't be done next week, but they'll be done the week after. But as always, Nerds and Geeks, my name has been OMGWTF, LOL, FTWBRB. As I said before, I do hope you have enjoyed this arcade playthrough. And if you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, a like, and please subscribe if you have not already. And as always, I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful day.